My friends, we are back again for another episode, another interview. I'm hitting you with these interviews, man. On my last one, guys, it went so well, so many downloads, so much feedback that we're just going to keep flowing with it. I'm in a studio in Miami, one of the best studios. I mean, what am I saying? It is the best studio in the 305, man. And wait till you hear the story. I'm going to interview people that run this joint, but we're at the Move Miami, got a new guest on the show, and man, I'm just really grateful to interview this person. We met, you know those relationships when you meet somebody and you kind of got the same vibe, you kind of got the same flow, and you come from the same cut and line, and you got that same mindset, and then, would you know it, he's on the podcast, and he's gonna bring the heat. So, my friends, I wanna welcome you, and I wanna introduce you to my boy, Rudi Garcia. Rudi, welcome to the show, my man.
Thanks for having me on, bro. All the way from Sydney, fucking Australia. It's crazy to see how far you can take it in life with just taking one small step. Like I even tell to my people, my clients, like life's not, one big moment in life doesn't make or break you. Life is just the matter of the smaller interdependent moments that are connected to one another. Like your daily habits, your daily wins. Like too many people go through like a traumatizing thing or an event in their life and they think it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make or break you. It's the smaller days, the smaller wins, because you can overcome anything with your daily discipline.
Yeah.
And just showing up consistently every fucking day, no matter what. And just, bro, Miami.
It's wild to think, like, I mean, dude, honestly, like a month ago, I didn't even know who you were.
Yeah.
And now we're in a studio.
Yeah.
You're making a podcast. You're going to provide value to so many people. And it proves to me that when people are in alignment, they find their flow. You know what I'm saying? They find a connection. They find one another. When it comes to coming all the way from Sydney, Australia to Miami, just give the listeners, the people tapping in, how the heck did you get to Miami from Australia? And I know you got an extensive story, but as far as coming from Australia to Miami, how the hell did that happen?
How the hell did it happen on 2 weeks' notice? The homie Wes, obviously our mentor, the one.
Yeah, our mentor, yep. Mm-hmm.
Like the crazy story with that and me starting my online coaching when I did back in October, end of October last year. You know, I started my coaching.
Online coaching,
yeah, because of what like online coaching done for me, right? Because I started my personal development journey in September 22, which I'll go into that story in a little bit later. But for now, I started my online coaching. I hired a coach who was an online coach in September 22, September 2022. When I was like, looked in the mirror, I'm like, enough is enough. Like, nothing's really happening. I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not getting the results that I want.
Okay.
So I hired someone. I decided to invest into myself and my self-development through hiring an online coach. And it was a whole year of me being dialed in with my macros, with all that, with me finally getting some good results after dropping the drink, dropping the drugs, dropping all that bullshit, which I'll get into a little bit later.
Yeah, please do, man.
But fast forward to October 2023 last year, I started my coaching, bro. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, it's crazy to see how far you can come, which is dedication, commitment, and just the willingness to just keep on going, no matter what. With Miami, bro. I remember there was a call with Wes in one of the group calls, the elite calls, and I'm like, talking to him. He was after his last mastermind. I think it was the end of January or whatever.
All right.
And I'm like, Wes, like, how was the mastermind? He's like, bro, it was so good, and we're having a little talk, having a yarn. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm going to come all the way from Australia to a mastermind, but give me 1 or 2 years. This is in January. Give me 1 or 2 years to like settle in with my coaching and like make the trip happen.
Okay. You told him 1 or 2 years
from January.
I'll probably come down.
Yeah, I'll probably come down. Let me just sort a few things out. But that was my limiting belief at the time too.
Yeah.
Right? Like that goes to show that a lot of people, myself included, put like their vision, their goals, their dreams, like it's way too far into the future. And why do they do that? It's their self-belief. Their self-identity. They don't see themselves as being worthy. So they put the timeline way too forward, and that was myself included.
Yeah.
And come around April when I decided to quit my job full-time and go all in on my coaching. 2 months after that.
You said you quit your job.
I quit my job.
See, like, I just got to pause there before we continue on in the story. Like, that's a big deal.
It is.
Right? Because everyone says, and this is the common belief when you want to start something new, it's like, wait till the other thing is prosperous and then quit the thing. But you said, no, I'm going to quit the thing and I'm going to bet on myself.
And I'm going to make it prosperous.
And I'm going to make it prosperous,
like
exactly.
Like, the opportunity won't arise. It's the person you are building that is going to be capable of the opportunity. Too many people are worried about how they're going to get somewhere or what sort of opportunity they're going to get. They're not going to get the same opportunity they're going to get as if they were a better, more successful, better looking version of them.
Yeah.
It all comes down to personal development. But let me go back to around, I think it was June, end of June, beginning of July.
Okay.
When Wes put up his next mastermind. He's the one after the one I'm talking about, right?
Okay,
His
yeah.
most recent one. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm gonna have to fucking do this, eh?
What came up in you to say, I'm in Australia, there's a mastermind. So you know what a mastermind is, guys. I'm sure most of you know, but we get together for a weekend and we just learn from somebody that's killing it in our industry, right? But what made you say like, okay, fuck it, I gotta go? Like, how does that happen? Because I think that's what people fear the most is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just feel this urge in you and you're like, I gotta respond. How does that go down?
Bro, I was living my dream life that I was envisioning for years, like working for myself full time, doing whatever the fuck I wanted. But something inside of me felt like I hit a stagnation. I hit a kind of plateau in my lifestyle, my quality of life. Like every day looked the same. Even though I was fulfilled because I was doing what I loved, like something in me just ignited that I just knew there was another level. And that next level became visible when the big homie came out with a mastermind. I'm like, I see the next level. I'm nowhere near ready to grab that next level. Perfect, I'm gonna grab the next level.
Fuck.
Yeah, but you're never gonna be ready for that event. But you become ready through the process and through the person you become.
And the event just sort of like, when it comes up, it pops up on the screen in your case.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a compelling force on you, like do this? Or is it like, hey, this is here if you want it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does it feel? Because you could have said no, brother.
Yeah.
You know? And it doesn't mean you're a bad person, right?
Yeah.
But what makes you say yes? Because I think that's what people need is like, is that, I'm going to fucking do it, you know? How did it happen?
It was just a challenge and opportunity because I was even thinking in my mind, I'm like, I might be one crazy motherfucker. Like, am I really going to do this? Like on 2 weeks notice to just completely pack everything and just go to a mastermind like across the fucking world. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I am not crazy.
And pay top dollar.
And pay top dollars and shit too.
Let's just call it what it is. You're like, hey, here's 10 grand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that was 15,000 Australian
It
dollars.
was 15 Australian Aussie dollars, bro. That's just we're not talking something small here.
That just goes to show you got to take that risk. You got to take that leap of faith. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, holy shit, I'm a psychopath, but let's fucking get this shit. Like name another person in the world that would have done something like that, or another person in the world that's kind of gone down my journey and my timeline of everything. I'm kind of like, a lot of people talk about their story and this and that, and they're all like fixated on the past.
Yeah.
I'm living my story as we speak, bro. Like,
dude.
I'm living it. I'm living the come up as we speak. I remember
That's good.
when I was dropping heat on my fucking Instagram, beginning of the year when I was still doing my engineering, which I'll get into that a bit later.
Okay.
I was dropping heat. I was in the car, like driving to work, 1 hour there, 1 hour back at least, every day, miserable. And I'm doing like my macro posts in the car when I'm driving. I'm like, message me, get your macros and all this shit. And I'm sitting there talking to the camera. I'm like, you motherfuckers watch, like this year's my year, 2024. Like join me, join the fucking journey. Because this year I'm going to make this year mine. Like within 1 year's time, I'm going to quit my engineering full time.
You said that.
I said that in January, or even in January in that particular video, I said, in 2025, I'm going to be working for myself. Watch. Less than fucking 4 months later, I was doing it full time. But think about how many opportunities I would have missed out on this whole experience.
Yeah.
You and me wouldn't have been sitting right here right now if I didn't take that leap of faith and if I didn't put all that action towards bettering myself in my life and taking huge risk. Was I ready? Fuck no. Was I afraid? Yes and no.
Yeah.
But I still fucking did it.
Isn't it such a exhilarating feeling when you finally say yes to something that scares the shit out of you? Like, because there's this fear of doing it, but when you actually like fully jump, doesn't it feel like you're such a savage?
Yeah.
Like you feel so empowered and free while at the same time like really scared.
100%. But the thing with fear stems from the unknown. Like, think about it. A lot of people are scared because they don't know. That's another thing why anxiety is like a really big thing in the world because people don't know.
Yeah.
But how are you going to know? You're not going to know, but you have a better understanding, but you having a better level of personal development but you having a better level of personal development, you have more self-awareness. And the more self-aware you are of yourself, the more self-aware you are of your surroundings, what sort of route you want to go through life.
Yeah. When I've made a few like crazy decisions like that, and what I'm referring to, and it's just such an empowering feeling when you're gonna go into the unknown. And it almost feels like as men, we're tapping into something that's ancient in us. This whole idea of I'm going to explore new territory.
Right.
I'm going to explore new land, and I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, but I trust in myself and in God or something that I'm going to be taken care of and everything will be all right. It feels so good to bet on yourself, bro.
100%, especially when you bet on yourself when you win the lottery.
Yeah.
Right? Because for all I know, imagine if this whole experience was a flop and I was just a flop, but I wasn't. Why? Because of the person I've became, the person I've constructed through my personal development.
Yeah.
You know, another person through the same situation, they might have gone a different way. They might have not have succeeded, or they might have looked like more of a failure for me.
Yeah.
I know I've killed this shit. Like I've murdered this whole trip.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in self-made. There's no way that this trip would have been a reality if I didn't have the connections and the people around me that wanted to see me win more than I even wanted to see me win.
Yeah,
that's why it's so
dude.
important to have a good surrounding system around you.
That's a great topic. I'm really glad you brought that up because that's in the entrepreneurial world and stuff. This idea of like self-made. You know, we hear it in music and culture. Like I did it on my own. How much of that is true? In all honesty, you know, because I feel like it sounds cute. Like I'm a badass, but really, we didn't do anything if we didn't have community and people and connections.
That's true, though. A lot of it is down to you and you willing to take that action because no one's going to come do it for you.
Yeah.
No one's going to come do it for you. But
yeah,
you've got to have the right people around you and you've got to have the right mentors. Like mentorship is so fucking important. I wouldn't have been in this position right now in this whole opportunity that's come my way.
Yep.
Because of the man I've become if I didn't have my mentors. My mentor, I still got to this day, my coach, my online coach, my fitness coach. From September 2022, and the big dog, Wes Watson.
Of course.
I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, and I definitely would not be the man I am.
So you make the trip, you land in Miami, you have no idea how this thing is going to go down. When did you start feeling like I made the right choice?
I knew I made the right choice before I even came, though, because I bet on myself, right?
Yeah.
You got to know you're ready to make the right choice, and even if this trip didn't unfold in such a highlight like it did, it wouldn't have mattered because at the end of the day, I still back myself for the next move and the next move.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You've got to have you at the end of the day because if you don't have you, no one's got you. Like no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to do the work for you. Yeah, people want to see you do well, but if you're not trying to proactively build a better version of you, so as a result, give a better version of you to those people around you, you've got to be an asset. Far too many people are not an asset. I've created myself into an asset. Someone who gives a lot more than they take. You know, I don't demand anything. I don't ask for anything. Like I didn't have any expectations coming to Miami. The only thing I expected was a mastermind, the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday.
That's the part that you bought a round trip ticket, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
So when was the ticket supposed to go back?
So I landed in LA on the 15th of July.
Uh-huh.
I landed in Miami on the 18th, so I could come in 2 nights before the mastermind, which was on Saturday the 20th.
Okay.
I was meant to fly out of Miami. What was it? Fuck. I don't even remember anymore. I was meant to fly out of Miami on the 7th of August, which was a Wednesday, I think, or a Tuesday, and I was meant to fly out of LA because I wanted to spend a few nights back in LA.
Yeah.
From the 7th till the 12th, and I was going to fly out on the 12th of August and fly back home. I was meant to land back in Australia on the 14th of August because of the time difference.
Yeah. So August 7th, you're departing Miami.
Yeah.
Today's September 3rd.
Yeah.
So did you get that same feeling when you booked the ticket on staying? You know, because that's a risk as well.
The first risk was coming here. The second risk was staying. Right?
Yeah.
Never did I ever think this whole trip would have unfolded the way it did.
Yeah. What when you think about some of the biggest things you've learned in staying, right? Because it's cool when you stay, you almost like, well, for anyone that does something out of the ordinary, you shift reality, right? It's like things weren't supposed to go that way, but you injected a new template into the system of reality, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna go this way instead.
It's like you're fabricating history. You're creating history as you speak, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
You're making moves.
Big fucking moves. Like
You're
people out
fucking
there.
like, no, I'm actually gonna stay here. I got no ticket back. I don't know where I'm gonna stay. I don't know how this whole thing's gonna go down.
Let's fucking see what happens. That's the fun.
But I'm alive.
That's magical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like not knowing exactly how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
You knowing you're going to be successful no matter what, but you're not knowing the journey. You're not knowing how you're going to get there. That's the most thrilling thing. Because imagine if someone came to you tomorrow and be like, you're going to die on this date, and your whole life's going to unfold.
Yeah.
Like, what's the fun in that, though?
Yeah.
For all we know, tomorrow we could wake up and it could either be the best day of our lives or the worst day of our lives, and we won't know. But either way, whether it's the best or the worst, we're still going to see it as an opportunity to progress in life. Because I talk about this to my clients all the time.
Tell me.
That like, there can be a good extrapolated from any negative thing, and there can be a negative thing taken and extrapolated from any good thing.
Oh, that's great, because usually we only get one side of that equation, and that was the first one you named, and you took it a step further.
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
So you can be, from every good thing, from any negative thing, you can take a good thing from it, or from every good thing, you can take a negative thing from it. And that ladder, what was the ladder one again? Fuck. So from every good thing, a negative thing can be taken away from it.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is from every good thing, from every successful endeavor, from every material thing that you might have acquired through, like, you sacrificing for that thing, that negative thing, that some people might see it as negative, but they haven't put two and two together.
Yeah.
The negative thing is a price tag attached to it. Like, let's say someone drives a Lamborghini or whatever. That must be nice. But with that good thing, there's also a negative thing that comes with it.
Yeah.
The time they put into it, the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like the willpower, the late nights, the early mornings, like, comes with that. Nothing's fucking given. So for every negative thing, there's a good thing. But for every good thing, there's also a negative thing if you portray it to be that way.
I love that, bro. That's very insightful, man.
Yeah.
It almost has like this yin-yang effect.
That's right.
This darkness, light effect.
Yeah, so no matter what happens, whether good or bad, it is what it is, and it's also what you make it to be. Because life, I talk about this to my clients too, like, life isn't what it is. It's what you make it to be, because you have control over certain things. People that say it is what it is, like, oh, I'm overweight, I'm fat, my girl's about to leave me, like, it is what it is, I can't do anything about it. Yes, you fucking can. You can learn about your macros, you can go to the gym, you can do this and that, and you might not have control over your partner leaving you, but you do have control over what sort of person you are and what sort of person you want to become. And that, in a way, also has a little bit of the indirect control over whether your partner's going to leave you or not. She's only going to leave you because you're a lower, softer version of you. And you've given up on yourself, so why the fuck she should not give up on you if you've given up on yourself?
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I like how you just took this ladder and this negative positive effect, and you just went right into relationships, bro.
Hell yeah.
It's got to come out at some point,
That's
bro.
right,
I feel like relationships are what really grow the man, you know? And I'll just say the man because, you know, we're two men speaking here, but it's almost like those things are what really change us and transform us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%, eh?
Whether they're in romantic or even if it's like having a mentor. You know, relationships are what form our lives, you know?
That's true, though. Like, humans are all interdependent, like, all connected with one another.
Yeah.
Like, we all operate under one collective consciousness where, like, if you wake up one day and it's cloudy and it's bad and all that shit, and someone that has a victim mentality, they might say shit like, oh, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling low, and they're, like, just draining energy out of the people around them.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're not the only person that's feeling that way, you stupid, selfish fuck. Look around.
Yeah.
Why is it all about you? Like, the people, this might fucking piss some people off, but I believe that people with depression, anxiety, they're so self-absorbed, they're so selfish in a way because all they think about is themselves and how they feel and all this shit. It's like, do you see people starving in Africa and, like, people in third world countries waking up every day trying to stay the fuck alive, trying to survive? Do you think they're sitting there talking to therapists and talking to all these people, I've got depression, I've got anxiety, why me? No.
Yeah.
Like, no.
You know,
a lot of it's a discipline issue.
And it's mental health and it's discipline more than anything. And really, here's an interesting thing that I was thinking about, because even when I struggle with sadness, if someone came up to me and said, yeah, I'm feeling really sad too, and then someone else came in the room and said, yeah, me too, I'm feeling fucking depressed. Somehow, because they too feel that way, I feel better. Right?
Okay.
It's interesting, right?
A little bit,
because I think, and it goes to your point of what you're saying is like, it's self-absorption is what it is. And it's like, it's all about me. But if you actually connect with other people and link that sadness or whatever it is, you actually find new life. But people that are depressed, they don't do that. What do? They isolate the fuck out of themselves. They stay by themselves, and then they hate the world. And then they blame everybody.
That's why relationships are so important.
That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Yeah. I wanna go back and forth with some of the things you're learning and this fucking cool ass story.
Yeah. Okay, hell yeah.
So if you don't
go back
mind,
to the
let's just
story.
get a nice little rhythm
That's
there
right, 'cause I
because this
quickly-
story's too cool, bro.
I quickly brushed over everything. Like, what
Yeah.
do you want to start with?
Yeah,
Shoot me.
I think I want to come into like what you've learned since being in Miami, because so the audience knows you're going back. Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Fucking gonna leave the studio,
Tomorrow, actually,
pack
it
his
is.
shit,
Yeah.
and then he's fucking out, bro.
Out for now, but I definitely think something's gonna bring me here full time sooner
Oh,
than
yeah.
I even think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to go into like the past since August 7th. What is that? 3 weeks. You know,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
of the things that you've been picking up from, I mean, you're hanging out with top level entrepreneurs that are making $1 million a month, bro. It's not a lot of people that are in the coaching industry that they get able to have that luxury day in and day out, working out, training. Talk to me about some things that you've picked up, that you've applied in your own life, things that you've observed, things that people would hear and be like, damn, like I need that. I'm so fucking glad I listened to this show.
One of the things that I learned is that top elite, like businessmen, don't want to go out with you and just talk about business.
They don't want to go out with you.
Not really. They just want to talk about family, talk about relationships, just kind of unwind a little bit in a way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's good to talk about that stuff, but most of the time, when you go out in a social setting, you never want to talk about business because that's all we do, you know?
Yeah.
That's all we do.
Yeah. You want to just
Walking on our
bond and
phones all the
stuff.
time. You want to kind of connect with the boys. Like,
Yeah.
some of the best times I've had here was just been with the boys like Wes, Clinton,
Yeah.
Nick, Gas, all the
Yeah.
guys just talking around, sitting around the table, Pura Vida, just talking shit, just having a laugh, just like
Yeah.
enjoying life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the most basic thing you could even imagine, just sitting around a table. Nothing fancy, just living life and enjoying the moment, being grateful.
I think that's cool because a lot of people think that if you make, you know, so much fucking money that your life has to be this stressed out thing where you're always constantly thinking about work. And it's like, I want to say that, I mean, what would you say, like 10% of it is just like kicking it and 90% fucking grinding? Or what ratio would you put on it based on what you've observed?
It's hard to tell though because we're around the gym and all the boys, even myself included, we're still always working.
Yeah.
From time to time, we have those special moments where we're just all around.
Just chilling.
And we catch each other like not being on our phone for like a minute or whatever and just being there in the moment, like maybe once every now and then, you know. We capture those moments and I think they're the most special moments. So
because a lot of our work and our audience listeners, I'm a coach too. A lot of our work is digital. A lot of our work is on the phone. Yeah. And because we're giving away our knowledge, our wisdom, our life, we're constantly putting ourselves on camera to show what we're doing, what we're learning. So I really resonate when you say like when we just have our phones down and we're here and we're just like enjoying this moment.
Sometimes that'll happen like from time to time and that's dope as fuck, I think.
Yeah, it is, dude. It makes camera time better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's something else that you've observed or that you feel like you've learned these past 3 weeks for you? Or I'll ask you like this. What's something you feel like you're going to take back to Australia that you wouldn't have been able to know you were going to receive here?
From making this whole trip a reality or from things I've kind of...
Just things you picked up, through here. Like how has Rudy grown these past 3 weeks?
I just know what's possible out there. I just see other people doing like 20K a month, 30K a month. I'm not going to name names and I'm like, I know I'm better than them. I know I'm better. I know I'm more unique. I'm more intriguing. Yeah. So if they can fucking do it, I can get to that level.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, and more. You know
so you've really opened up your mind to possibilities as far as financial goals.
Financial goals as well, but like lifestyle in a way more so. I think because we shouldn't chase. Money is not the end game. It's financial freedom. It's about creating a better life for yourself and your family or your future family. Yeah. How do you get that? Money.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't chase money. You chase personal development.
Yeah, okay.
You chase purpose.
Yeah.
And the money is a byproduct of the amount of lives that you transform.
Go into that a little bit more because I feel like that sounds really cool, but it's got some substance in it. Meaning the more people that you help, the more money you make. Yeah. Tell me more about what that means to you.
It's like the law of compensation in a way. That's another thing that I've learned off Wes and Gas. It's like they have all like their nice cars and all that. But if you really dissect that, that's all stemmed from them showing up every day for years, and transforming thousands of lives. And if that's not an amazing story, then fuck, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you see Wes at his level now, and then Gas is at his level, like maybe a level that Wes once was in his own journey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now I'm on my level.
Yeah.
The level that Gas was when he first started. It's kind of
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
building a kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, but a kind of like I don't know what to call it, like a pyramid or something. Like Wes at his level, Gas at his level. Like Gas is the next Wes in a way, even though they're all unique.
Yeah.
I'm the next Gas sort of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's cool shit.
Yeah, it is dope.
Even though everyone's got their own story, their own angles, their own personalities, it's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound super inspired and motivated, and like nothing's gonna fucking stop Rudy.
No way.
That's the vibe I have right
Yeah.
now. Like you know when I don't know if you remember or if you can recall like playing Mario Brothers,
No,
and
never.
okay, well there's this feature where you get like the star and you're untouchable, and like no one can fucking harm you. It's like that's what I feel like you got. Like you got like the star. Like you're so empowered right now that like what the fuck can stop you?
And the more I sit back and kind of, because when you're caught up on a day-to-day moment, you might lose that feeling. But if you kind of stop, pull back and kind of, I'm sitting there and thinking about what I've kind of created and what I've kind of lived through in this whole experience. That makes me think like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because everyone, from like even other people out there from a day-to-day basis, they get caught up in life and trying to move for the next target and the next goal. But sometimes you got to pull back a little bit, you know, peel back the curtains and see how far you've come and some of the things that you've already accomplished.
Yeah.
Because think about it, you and me have both accomplished numerous things that we've once said would finally make us happy.
Yeah.
But we keep chasing that next thing, that next thing, that next thing. But I don't chase happiness, I chase pride. Pride in myself and proud in how I conduct myself and also pride in the person I'm creating. Because me now, I'm still a huge work in progress. Like this is nothing for what I know I can build as a person and as a communicator. Like tattoos and everything, weight, bodybuilding, like this is nothing for a version of me 1 year down the track, 2 years down the track, 3, 5 years down the track.
Man.
4 years down the track, I'm going to be 30. You know,
4 years.
in 4 years, I'm going to be 30.
Yeah, bro.
That 30 is still young. And
Yeah,
in 4 years, what I'm going to accomplish is going to be fucking some big, big shit. Because of the men I'm building, I don't chase an end game, an end goal. I chase who I'm going to build.
Yeah.
Everything follows suit of the men I'm building. So many people get caught up in like, I want to make this much money a month, or I want this car or this job promotion. But it's like, all right, who do you need to become to get there?
Yeah.
Do you think your version of you now is worthy of that? Because you know you're not worthy of that. If you did, you'd already have it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think we get as far as we want. We get as far as we think we're worthy of. Because we're only going to put in the work to get there if we see ourselves as being valuable of that.
And how do you see yourself as more valuable?
In what way?
Yeah, like when you talk about like you're going to attain it when you feel like you're worthy. How do you feel worthy in yourself? What gives you that worth? Or is it something that you repeat to yourself?
By the person I'm creating, I'm always chasing that next version of me.
Yeah.
You know, Jack 10 and tatted, more tattoos, bigger size.
I like that line.
Articulates
Jack
a lot
10
better.
and tatted.
Jack 10 and tatted. That's my motto right there.
That's it, dude.
Yeah.
That's it. I like that.
I've got a long, long way to go, but that doesn't mean I don't view myself as that person already, because I might not be there yet.
Yeah.
But in order to become that, I need to view myself in that way and put in the work to get there.
You said something earlier that was cool. It was about being thankful right now, even though we have these goals we want to pursue.
Yeah.
And this is such a big thing for anyone, whether they're coaches or just living life, a stay-at-home mom, a construction worker. It's like we all have goals in our own levels of life. And it's like there's always like something else that we want to chase. And sometimes it feels so like, fuck, am I ever going to get there? You know?
Yeah.
So how do you bring in like the peace in your heart when there's always another level up? Like do you feel at peace inside? Like how do you maintain like proper living when you feel like there's always something to grow? Or is it just the growth that like really
For me, it's all
captivates
down
you?
to your daily process. Because you need to, everyone, myself included, like my life forever started to change the moment I invested into a coach and got the daily blueprint, the daily personal development blueprint that I embody to this day and that I get my clients on. Because once you get up every day a lot of people are anxious, have anxiety. Why? Because they don't know what to do every day and they don't know how to progress their life and they don't know where their life is going. But if they had the daily blueprint that is aligned to personal development, to self-actualization, which is building the best version of them,
Yep.
they know exactly what they need to do every day. You know, the daily steps they need to adhere to. And once they hit off all the targets every day, they know that's all that needs to be done.
Yeah.
One day at a time, day by day, brick by brick. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I said before, like life's not one big moment. It's a series of smaller moments, interdependent moments that are connected to one another. So it's the daily wins that stack up over time.
Yeah. Let's go there.
You
bro.
adhering to the blueprint.
Let's go there because I think that's cool. I think that's cool, and I've never heard it worded like that before. You're giving me some new phrases today, Rudy.
Yeah.
I'm liking it, bro.
Yeah.
The interconnected moments that lead to one big moment.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Interconnected.
Interconnected moments that lead to one big moment?
Yeah.
Was that the word?
Like interconnected means like when people are connected on a different kind of consciousness.
Okay.
Yeah.
So interconnected
That
moments.
all kind of connected to one another.
all connected to one another within
interdependent moments that are connected to one another.
that are connected to forming what?
Forming a bigger moment. Because think about it, life is just a series of moments. You know, master enough moments, you master enough hours, days, weeks, months, years, and decades, and eventually you master your life.
Yeah.
But how do you master a moment? By being self-aware of that moment, by having a high level of personal development. Because we're only ever going to be present in the moment, right? By being proud of our presence and what we bring to the table, by being proud of the men we're creating. Because for me, even for years, I was always like self-anxious. I was always a skinny kid.
Yeah.
I went through a fat phase. I didn't like how I looked, you know. So I'd be at a party, and I'd need to run away to alcohol, to all that stuff to kind of numb that anxiety, numb that pain.
Yeah, dude.
But if I was really, the only reason why I wasn't present, because I always had that thing in the back of my head, that voice in the back of my head saying, do I look good from this angle? Can they see?
Yeah.
Am I looking shit? Am I looking fat? Am I looking ugly? Sort of thing, right? The only way you get rid of that is through personal development. So if you're proud of your presence and what you bring to the table, you're present in the moment. And by being present in the moment, you have the opportunity to master the moment. And by doing enough of that, mastering enough moments, you master enough days, weeks, months, years, decades, and eventually master your life. But it all comes down to personal development, self-mastery, right? Self-actualization.
It sounds like there's like you just named like a ladder effect, the different components that lead to mastering your life.
That's right.
And you started with proud of your presence.
That's right.
Was that it? Yeah. How does Rudy become proud of his presence?
By knowing, even though I might not see myself as being there, even though I might not be there yet, I see myself of getting there. I know I can get there. And I put in the work every day by aligning to the blueprint, following the blueprint that's aligned to self-transcendence.
Yep.
And by every day tackling the non-negotiables, I know I'll get there.
And you just go to sleep and you're like, I'm proud of this person.
That's right. It all comes down to your daily habits, your daily work, what you're doing every day to get you a step closer to where it is that you need to get to.
Yeah. How do you receive like this vision of where you want to go? I think a lot of people have energy to do things, but it's like, how do I get that vision that Rudy has?
I just see my weaknesses. You know, I look in the mirror, I'm like, more tattoos here, remove that tattoo there. Neck tattoos, chest tattoos, more size, more ripped, you know, bigger, stronger, smarter.
Yeah.
Articulate better. Like my first podcast with Clinton, I've already watched it like 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, I like pinpointed exactly when I messed up.
I hope you watch this one, brother.
Yeah, 100%. Like my first podcast with Clinton, I remember I was sitting here and I was using my hands too much. So I noted that down, and look at me now, I'm not using my hands too often.
Look at that,
sometimes
dude.
when I need to, that's a tick right there.
That's great.
Yeah.
So highly like critiqueful in a positive
Self-assessment,
way.
self-critique.
Self-assessment, self-critique.
But how are you going to critique yourself? By being honest. Too many people look at themselves in the mirror, myself included in the past, and I'm like, I'm okay. I don't need to do any work. You lie to yourself at that stage. Why are you lying to yourself? Like, be honest, see what you need to change, see what you need to improve on.
Yeah.
And as soon as you accept yourself for where you're at and where you're at in life at that moment, even though it might be painful, you might not want to accept that hard reality, the hard truth. You need to accept it, because the moment you accept it, that is the exact moment you're going to do the work it takes to change that. People run away from the truth. And by running away from the truth, you're also running away from the opportunity to change that. Yeah.
I asked this to Gas the last podcast, and we were talking after. He said it was a hard question, but I'll just throw it to you anyways. Hey, how do you get honest? because I think about that sometimes. Like, not for me, but like I always think about like other people and like, how do you get someone to get honest? You know what I mean?
How to get someone else to, how to get...
Because you said you got to get honest.
Yeah, honest with
But
yourself.
but I know what that means for you and for me. But how would I help someone else get honest? Because that's like a personal thing. But
I feel like you got to have trust. You got to have a connection point, you know? But if the person's not willing to get honest and if a person's not willing to change, you can't force that upon the person.
Well, that's the thing is I'm fascinated by is why do some people wake up and want to grow and others can't? You know what I mean? Like I'm a coach and this fascinates me.
I just feel like a lot of people on the daily are clouded. Their judgments are clouded, right? They don't have that spiritual touch. They're not connected to their own, like their own voice, their own conscious, right? And why not? Because maybe they're running away to external things too much instead of taking time to self-assess and be comfortable with themselves and be comfortable with their own thoughts.
You think some people just get like to a breaking point and they're just like...
You need a breaking point because the only reason you're ever going to create a better version of you is by first breaking yourself down and having to rebuild from scratch. For something to be built, you first have to be taken apart.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's good, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you're dropping gems today, brother. Yeah. I like this.
Hell yeah.
I want to come back to your story.
That's right. Good
because
idea.
we got to stay on the path here, bro.
Here and then
come back to the story, bro. Because I don't think anyone listening right now, whether it's on YouTube or on Spotify, Apple, you don't know somebody that was like in Australia, 26, and he sees a guy online and he's like, I'm going to pay 15,000 Aussie dollars. I'm going to fly out to Miami to see this guy and because I love my work. And then I'm going to fucking just stay there without a ticket back. And now I'm on the podcast with J.A. Like, come on, bro.
Shit.
It's a fucking dope story.
We're creating our reality. We're making fucking history.
Oh, man.
Crazy. But that's what people don't like. It's anyone out there could go do something similar that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, you got to see yourself as being worthy and you got to do the work. Like, I'm creating history.
Yeah, you are.
Many people slave away for the system or they just drift through life, not amounting to anything significant.
Yeah.
And that's some bullshit.
Yeah. You said earlier about engineering. You were an engineer?
Civil engineering. I did civil engineering for 5 years at university.
So this is interesting because like a lot of people might hear you and think like, oh, he's just a crazy Aussie, you know? Fucking, they got kangaroos out there. He just, you know, there's nothing special. No, you were a civil engineer.
Yeah.
You have a fucking degree. Like you're educated. Like you don't have to do this shit. You can go make money and have safety.
I might not be the smartest person from the get-go, but I've got a good work ethic. I know I'll make it work. Like even with engineering. Like the reason why I wanted to get in engineering because I went through high school. I was always good with, going through high school, I was always like the class clown. I was always fucking around, playing sport my whole life.
Yeah.
Right? I changed schools in year 9, went to a smarter school. And then year 10 came by, which is grade 10 here. Another thing, I don't know if you guys know, in Australia we say year as opposed to grade. Like you go to the 11th grade. In Australia we call it year 11.
Oh, I like that.
Did you know that?
That's so much more gangster, dog.
That's, year 11.
Yo, my boys are in year 9.
Yeah. So we're year 10, which is 10th grade.
Yeah.
Do you do 10th grade or no?
Yeah, we do.
You got like high school, like you got...
It's 9 through 12 is high school.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Over there it's what? How does
high school's from 7 to 12.
7 to 12,
7
okay.
to 12.
And then university.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool.
So year 10 came by, and I knew I did physics. What did I do? I was good with maths. I was good with numbers. And I did advanced maths and all that stuff. And I did, for year 11 and 12, I did engineering studies. I also did physics, advanced maths, engineering studies. And I just loved like sitting down and calculating shit. I don't know what it was, but like I loved that sort of shit, eh?
Yeah.
And then I got an opportunity at a university to get in through early entry before even doing my HSC, which is like my high school certificate or whatever.
Yeah.
And long story short, I got in engineering. It's crazy how when you're young, you have to make a decision that's going to kind of unfold the rest of your life. Like
dude, that's like a fucking podcast episode like that can go for hours, bro. Yeah. It's crazy, bro, crazy. This American concept.
But that's just good to show you can make a decision and then you can change your decision just like I've done. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
And I'm still young. I'm 26. You know?
Bro.
Other people do that when they're older. But anyways, engineering for 5 years in uni.
Okay.
And I don't regret anything. Like, because every decision I've ever made, every choice I've ever made, whether good or bad, has led me to where I'm at right now. And I'm proud as fuck of where I'm at and the person I've built and the person I'm still continuing to build.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I really like, I think the biggest vibe that I'm receiving, and hopefully our listeners, whether again on YouTube or video or an audio, is how proud of yourself you are. And I think that's lacking in humans globally.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're always feeling like we're not enough.
Well, I got that too, but you got to find that balance though.
We all do, right?
Yeah.
And there's like this emptiness that's like, I don't, you know, but you keep coming back to this point of like, I'm really proud of the person I'm building. And that's the question I want to pose to people listening is like, are you really proud of this person?
It all comes down to the story you tell yourself. And because I'm living my story now externally for the whole world to witness, I'm proud as fuck of everything I've done because I could have shown up and I could have failed.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a failure. I fucking killed this shit.
Yeah.
You know why? Because of the person I've built. You know, like working in silence for so long, being dialed in for so long. You know, because private victories precede public victories. Right? Self-mastery precedes world mastery. Anyone that's ever like done anything of monumentally successful, has had to have a high level of personal development.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
They have to be confident in themselves because everything anyone's ever created, it's been a risk.
Yeah.
They've had to break through a self-limiting belief, a glass ceiling to get there.
Yeah, dude.
They're like not demons, but like
they're demons
thoughts,
sometimes.
negative thoughts, self-doubt. Every single person, we're all connected in a way because everyone's going through the same shit but at a different level.
Yeah. That's good, dude. We're all connected in a way because we're almost going through the same shit at a different level.
Hell yeah.
That's profound because, you know, it's like we're all on different levels almost.
Yeah.
But we all have this like thing that's keeping us down, right? But the guy that's making like $1 million a month and the guy that's making 24,000 a month, it's like regardless of the money they make, there's like this ceiling on top of them that might even be similar. It's just on a different scale.
And they still have to take risk. Even the guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Like they might have a house that's like, I don't know, 100,000 a month.
But it's the same muscle that's being used.
Yeah, that's it. Same thought process.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's
cool. And then that goes along with everything you're saying about the moments and mastering them.
That's right. And mindset's a big thing too though. Because as I said before, like you're not going to reach as far as you want. You're going to only reach as far as you think you're worthy. So mindset's a huge, huge thing because a mind can be very like a storm, right?
Yeah.
But if we don't master how to act within the storm, then we're just going to get absorbed in the storm.
Yeah. I'll ask you a deeper question here. You know, when it comes to mindset, this is a very buzzy word within coaches. What does the heart mean to you?
What does the what?
The heart mean to you? Because we always talk about the mind, right? The mindset. You know, there's the mindset that I'm a coach, like a life coach. You got to get the mind right. But it's like, all right, well, tell me about the heart. Because are they different? Or do we, when we say the mind, are we talking about the heart? But what does the heart mean to Rudy?
That's an interesting topic. That's an interesting question, actually.
Yeah.
Because we do talk about the mindset a lot. But what about the heart?
What about the heart, bro?
That's some,
It's good, right?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I think about that too. And if I was asked that, I probably wouldn't know really. I'm curious in my own way.
Yeah.
But it's almost like the mind is like, what do I got to think? And then the heart becomes like, what do I feel? Like, what does my soul say right now? You know? Because how much of your decision to book the flight over here was like the heart? You know what I mean? That gut feeling.
That's right.
Because there's
feeling,
the gut. That's the heart, the gut to me.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then it's like, I know I need to stay.
I just knew because I told Wes, give me 1 or 2 years. And I knew he posted the next mastermind after I said that. I looked at my phone. I'm like, there's no way I could ever look at myself in the mirror and knowing that I could have had this opportunity and didn't take it.
Yeah, that's some gold, bro.
Yeah.
That's some gold. When you go back to Australia, what is something you feel like will be completely different than when you were there? Like, for sure, this is different about me. Or maybe there's nothing, but is there something where you're like, oh, I'm totally doing this, or I'm totally not doing that?
Probably confidence, really.
Okay.
Confidence. Because confidence comes from self-confidence comes from self-trust. How are you going to trust yourself? By you having a proven track record of you always following through and completing the things that you've said you're going to do. And I've got a proven track record of always showing up. There were so many days that's led me here that I didn't want to show up.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go in the gym. I didn't want to do that video.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that post.
Yeah.
But I did it. 12 months of that, or even 2 years of like me training on like and building the man I am. There were so many days I didn't want to do that, but I did it. So I've got that proven track record. I've concreted that self-belief and that self-identity of myself, in myself. And now with this whole trip, this has been the biggest test, the biggest challenge.
Wow.
I've killed it.
Fuck, dude. That's so
Absolutely
inspiring,
murdered
bro.
it.
That's so inspiring, bro. I like to ask this to people and try to understand them more as far as self-analyzation. What can stop Rudy?
Only me. I remember I made a post in February when it was my 26th birthday. And that was about 3 months, after 3 months of me doing my coaching.
Yeah.
And I felt like in February, January, I really started to build good momentum. Because when I first started the coaching and signed up with West in October,
Okay.
anyone else might have been like, no, I'll wait till the new year. Why did I do it then? Because I knew I needed a little bit of time to get used to everything.
Yeah.
So I knew by the time the new year came, I would have already taken the leap of faith on myself, that first step, which is always the hardest.
Yeah.
And I knew I would have had a little bit of momentum behind me. So I knew by the time 2024 came, that was my year. Because I've already failed, but I was failing at a good rate. You got to fail a certain amount of time before you get it right.
That's
Now,
good.
at that stage, I already got it right. So I knew I was starting 2024 with a lot of momentum behind me. So it came in February and I made a post. And I was writing, I'm like, it's not what you're right, it's who you're with. You know, I'm so glad I started this journey and did what I did when I did, because it's led me here. You know, but let's see where we are a year from now. You know, I deserve everything good that comes my way. I wrote that in February, my birthday. I'm like, let's see where we're at a year from now. And fucking 6 months after that, I'm in fucking Miami. So where am I going to be 6 months from here? Like, it's crazy how far you can take it with self-belief.
Yeah.
And you're just putting in the work.
It's
Like, I'm living my story now. The thing like that I'm building history. I'm making my own history.
Yeah.
And that's what's keeping me motivated, keeping me inspired.
Yeah.
And that's how like I build more confidence and more belief.
Yeah.
Because I'm a motherfucker that's doing this. Like, no one else has done what I've done. Like, specifically this. Name someone else that would have even done that.
Yeah.
Decided to travel on 2 weeks' notice all the way from Australia. Would have quit their job 6 months into like their online business that they didn't even know how to start. And that they weren't ready to start, you know?
Dude, it's
crazy
so
shit.
it's so fucking dope, bro. And it's a testament to faith,
Yeah.
belief in yourself.
And another thing, bro, like from my side looking in, if I'm someone else, I'm watching my story, I'm watching someone succeeding. I'm that sort of person, I want to see people do well. Why? Because I'm doing well. I want to do myself, I want me to do well, so I want other people to do well.
Yeah.
But people that see success as a negative thing, they envy success, they ridicule success, like haters, people that hate online. That's some fucking bullshit.
Why do they do that, bro?
Because I think people that hate, they're secret, like, they're
Admirers?
secret lovers, they're admirers. But because it's you that's done that and not them, because one, they don't see themselves as being worthy of doing that because they're not putting the work. They're so caught up and fixated on you succeeding, and they hate that, but they hate it because they want to do it. They want to become it.
Yeah, it's a weird
It
psychology,
is so
isn't it?
fucking weird, bro. Like when I see someone doing well, I'm like, hell yeah, dog. Like, fucking oath, go, son.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm winning.
Yeah.
Winners recognize winners. People that win want to see other people win.
Yep.
People that fail want to see other people fail, just like them. So next time, like, someone tries to like copy hate or abuse or whatever, like, just know that's a reflection of who they are and their character. It's got nothing to do with that person that they're hating on.
Damn.
Yeah. Especially people that hide behind like a fake account on Instagram.
Oh my god.
Now that I'm building more and more like momentum and my socials are going up, you get more and more of those weirdos like building fake accounts, trying to talk shit behind.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, bro, like, you're obsessed with me. Like, your whole life circulates around the things that I do. Like, that's so sad and pathetic, eh? Like, imagine being that person that all they can do is just sit behind a phone and try to talk shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out here fucking killing it. But there's a lot of real ones out there too that see me doing well or see other people doing well and they're like, hell yeah, I fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
I think that's some good shit. Someone I've spoken about in one of my stories. It's crazy to think that someone that you call a friend, a mate, doesn't want to see you win, and someone that you don't even know, a stranger across the world that just knows you through social media, wants to see you win more than people you call your friends or even your family.
Ooh.
That's some deep shit, eh?
That is deep, bro.
Yeah.
There's no attachment. You know, they see you completely is untethered and they're like, fuck yeah. But the people that have like attachments to you or history with you, it's like it's hard for them to remove things and just see you as pure.
It's because they're used to a different version of you.
Yeah.
Maybe a lower version of you that they're comfortable with. And they're only comfortable with that version of you because your characteristics align.
Yeah.
Your values align.
Yeah.
But once you decide you want more out of yourself, when you want more out of your life, you start to do more work. You start to change your values. You start to not do the same things that they're doing, like drinking and all that shit or whatever, right? You start to not go down that route. And they might look at you. Like your values don't align anymore. It all comes down to alignment, what sort of person you are, your values, who you are as a person. And you align and you attract people at that wavelength, at that caliber, right?
Proximity.
Yeah. People that hate, they're just at a different fucking wavelength than that.
Yeah. Dude. This has been so good, man.
Yeah.
It's been so good for me and for the listeners. Yeah. And I think what I'm taking away, and I think anyone listening, I'm interested to see what you think. But for me, I'm taking away somebody who's extremely proud of the person, the man that they've built at such a young age, somebody who's taken a lot of risk, somebody who's jumped out in faith, and someone who's so confident of what's going to come, you know? And I think all of humans need more of this in their life, man.
A lot of it comes down to just getting out of your comfort zone. Because the level that you might see as above you is something that you're not comfortable doing. Through you doing that, through you starting that, you'll get you put more time in and you put more repetition time in the game, and you get more confident at that skill. And in that level that you were never even comfortable with, it becomes your new comfort zone, your new daily norm, your normal daily discipline.
Yeah.
That's how you level up in life. That's how you level up, keep growing the next level.
It's like you push into like there's a new base.
A new base, a new daily normal, the new that minimum standard that you demand out of yourself.
It's normal for me to come in and make podcasts, you know, and someone else is like, I couldn't imagine myself. And I'm like, I love myself in the chair, you know?
And I bet this podcast right here, I'm not sure how many episodes is this one?
This is my 490.
Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Definitely nowhere near the level as your first one though, right? That's what I mean.
That's a good point, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That's right.
Damn,
Many people are worried to start because they see failure as catastrophic. But failure is a positive thing. Same with any negative thing. There can be a positive thing taken from it. Failure is a necessity. Failure is needed.
Yeah.
Because you're only going to learn from failure.
Yeah, dude. Wow.
But it's only failure if you see it as being detrimental.
Yes.
If you don't, see it as a necessity and it is what it is. You just fail forward. You fail faster than everyone else. People that have succeeded more than everyone have failed more times and have gotten up quicker and failed quicker.
I want to ask you this as a final question, and I'll put your Instagram in the show notes and stuff, but why should someone choose to want to work with you? What separates you in the game?
I'm just fucking... Well, for me, for a lot of, like, my story in a way, I didn't really go into it too much. Like, growing up with no father, you know, being raised by a sole parent my whole life. Like, the reason why I'm so proud of who I am is because I'm building the man I've always needed, the man I've never had in my life.
That's good, bro.
So I feel like if you, like... I'm just building a fucking undeniable motherfucker. Like, tanned, jacked, tatted.
Yeah.
Like, the epitome of what every man should want. They should want the best out of themselves. They should max out in all ways.
That's so good,
you know?
man. That's so good.
Yeah.
I know I'd fucking want to work with that, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, bro, coming on the show, man.
Yes, sir.
It's been so good, brother. And I hope we can stay connected far after this podcast, man.
Yes, sir. I'm sure I'll be in Miami back in no time anyways. And fuck it, let's run it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.